What's good, everybody? Welcome into the Early Edge. It's been a busy week here at the brand. We're powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting. And sometimes you just have a night of games that just stink. And that's all you can say about it. And last night stunk across the board. I don't know anybody. I don't even care if you won on the Vikings by 8 that you felt good about it. Just an awful night. We want to forget about it. But I do have some good news for you. Tonight, there are 2 more NFL games. So at 5:30 Eastern time right here on this YouTube channel, we'll be live for a full 90 minutes before both games. We're breaking down both game sides, props, and totals. Now, I also have some other good news. If you listen on Spotify, we have a huge audience at Spotify. You can now leave a rating. We'd appreciate a 5-star rating. Also at Apple, you can already do that. And of course, here on YouTube, pound that like button for me. Listen to Kelsey in the chat and leave us a comment. It really helps the show. Now, with that being said, let's bring in the stars. It is holiday week, so we are expanding. Look at these beautiful people. But yet I feel like something's missing, though, when I look at this screen this morning. I just don't know what it is. I can't quite put my finger on. Oh! Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, look who is back in the saddle. Maestro. Oh, my heart is full. Good morning. Congratulations. Welcome back to your show. How are you, sir?
Wow, what a welcome. What a way to be. Welcome back. Great to see everyone. I want to say sincere thanks to everyone who reached out with good wishes. Feel very blessed. I got an adorable little girl, and let's get back to making some picks.
You're damn right. Boy, it's so good to see you. So the Maestro is here. Also, let me introduce our NBA guru. We call him Mike Barner. Good morning, Mikey.
Good morning. Can't believe Larry's back. This is the best day ever. Woo!
Wow, quite the Ric Flair reaction. And if only we could get that out of Jay Smooth, then the day would be complete.
You want that? You want that out of me, Coach? I mean,
come on, give me a little Ric Flair woo.
Let's go.
Now
Larry's
talking.
back,
now
baby. We are out here. We got picks on picks. It is a gorgeous Tuesday. We're going to have a great time today. I got some great picks for everyone.
Maestro, look what you've done picking up the energy of the show after just a stupid Monday Night Football slate. Chip Patterson, Old Dominion, they were right there. But today we get back at it, College Bowls.
I always tell AB it's snap and clear. On to Cincinnati. We forget yesterday. We're moving ahead, and Larry's back. Nothing but winners. Woo!
I don't got a big chip for anything. Damn it, I love that. Let's go. All right, let's get into storylines that could affect the betting lines today. I'm fired up. So, of course, Mr. Larry Hartstein, the Maestro, you're up first. What do you got today?
I think everybody in the betting world thought the Jaguars were going to get that bump because Urban Meyer was such a disaster, and you saw the line move, and it didn't work out. I mean, they lost by 2 touchdowns, but 14 points off special teams mistakes, I should note. And now a couple key things are happening. One, the Jets are taking money. They're up from 1.5 to 2.5. I mean, are the Jets going to be laying a field goal really to the Jaguars? And I like what Darrell Bevell did when after one game, he said, I'm done calling plays. I'm just going to be on the sideline. And Brian Schottenheimer, who was much maligned in Seattle, but I should point out, the Seahawks scored the most points in franchise history. Russell Wilson, this was last year. Russell Wilson, most TD passes in his career. Highest completion percentage in his career. So I think that can only improve things. He's up in the booth. It's Trevor Lawrence against Zach Wilson. The Jets, even though they covered that game against Miami, pretty fraudulent when you muster 228 yards of offense. You get 3 turnovers. You get a pick 6. So I think the Jaguars, if you can get a field goal, this might be the week that we get that post-Urban Meyer bump.
Well, that would be nice, wouldn't it? That would be really, really nice. I didn't know we were going to have a Brian Schottenheimer appearance on the show today, but that always feels good. Marty, I was actually in a commercial, true story, with Marty Schottenheimer, his father, years ago for a grocery store brand in Kansas City and a little thing known as the Wolf Pack. For people in Kansas City, you know what I'm talking about. All right, let's keep it moving. Mikey Barner, so far when I look at my sheet of games in the NBA the last couple of days, it's like postpone. I don't even know who's playing. Talk to me.
Yeah, we got another postponement tonight. We've got 5 games left, and it's got the potential to be an ugly night. Between COVID and injuries, there's a lot of stars out. Luka Doncic, Anthony Davis, Jimmy Butler, Anthony Edwards. So things are getting ugly in the NBA. It should be an interesting betting night.
There is nothing worse, and listen to me, people at home. There is nothing worse than putting in a bet without listening to my guys and then going to the game and going, what? Luka's out? No wonder that line was the way that it was. Be very careful. All right, Chip, I hate when I watch a college bowl game and they start with that on camera where they say, you know what, today was supposed to be a really good battle between A and B, but A isn't playing. Is it really that big of a deal?
Sometimes I think that we see major overreactions to this opt-out news. And as we're talking here on Tuesday, of course, I'm looking at the Frisco Bowl between San Diego State and UTSA. UTSA has a running back who has a game that is as good as his name. I'm talking about Sincere McCormick, more than 1,400 yards on the season, including running for 2 bills and a couple touchdowns in that conference championship game against Western Kentucky. He decides he's not going to play. Heck, could be one of the first couple running backs taken in the NFL draft. I understand his business decision. What I don't understand is how that makes the line swing more than 5 points. When we locked in this game on the Cover 3 Locks podcast last Thursday, we were all like San Diego State plus 2.5, San Diego State plus 2.5. Now it is San Diego State -3. And I say this lovingly, but I also say it with a laugh. I don't make my own numbers, but I study with the people who do make their own numbers. And a running back in college worth 5 whole points? Seems like an overreaction to me. So keep your eyes on that tonight and also throughout bowl games, especially when we get closer to the New Year's 6.
I know that M Squared always tells us what a player is worth. I feel like this would be his overreaction to what you just talked about. This would be M Squared. That would be his overreaction. That would be it. But inside, it would be driving him crazy that the line moved that much. All right. Now, we've got a lot of activity in the chat today, and we love each and every one of you. A quick question for Jay Smooth from Hassan. He says, we can't miss out on the early college basketball game. ECU -12.5 looks easy. Too good to be true? Yes or no?
I don't know about too good to be true. I do understand it. We've been picking on Southern Miss all year. It's definitely the way I lean. ECU has looked good, but you definitely want to be careful. These early games can be slow moving, and that might turn out to be a little bit too big of an edge. If I'm playing and I'm probably watching the first 5 to 10 minutes, seeing how the teams look, and maybe trying to get in live is probably the best way to go.
Hey, Maestro, you've got a new little baby girl, right? Like, I would assume at this point, if you ask, what's your little baby girl's name? What's her name again?
Jackie.
All right, so I'm sorry if you ask Jackie, even at this point, yes or no, that she could say yes or no. I would assume that somebody would understand.
It's never that easy with me, Coach. You know.
Oh my God!
At this point, you know.
Yeah. All right, Bell is beer in the chat says, I need some soccer picks in my life. Well, guess what, Bell? So do I. So we've got one for you right now, straight from SportsLine. And if you're not a SportsLine member, what in the world are you doing? But I'm going to do you a solid. Use a promo code EDGE. Do it right now. And you can have 30 days for free. Right now, during bowl season, during playoff season, during hockey, all of it for free. Use a promo code EDGE. And afterwards, you'll be playing with house money. You'll be all good. Now, from SportsLine today, a little bit of soccer. As they head into the holiday weekend, they never stop, it seems like. We're going to go Atalanta and Hinoya. Now, this is 2:45 Eastern time. This is on Paramount Plus in the family synergy. So we're going to go Atalanta to win and the over 2.5 goals. It comes back as -111. So what that means for you novice soccer bettors, Atalanta has to win the game and at least 3 goals scored in the game. We think it's going to be a shootout. That is courtesy, of course, of the guru, Martin W. Green. All right, let's get into our board for the day. And who gets to go first? I want to get it started with energy. So, Chip Patterson, the floor is yours, sir.
All right, we got 2 bowl games today, so of course I'm going to get you set with 2 picks, and we're going to start with the contrasting styles in our famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Kent State likes to move fast, and they like to move with a lot of pace. What's going to happen when they play against a Wyoming team that is so methodical with the way they move on offense and also has a really, really, really good run defense? Let's look at Kent State, what happened in the MAC championship game. The Kent State run defense was bad, and Northern Illinois was able to play some keep away, short possessions, 3 and outs, not a lot of movement when Kent State had the ball with their pace. Then Northern Illinois keeps it for 5, 6, 7 minutes. I think that is the recipe for success for Wyoming right here. And when I look at this Kent State team, while playing in the MAC, you're familiar with conditions. Who is going to be more familiar with the 30-degree weather in Boise, Idaho than Wyoming going up against in a stadium where they have a conference foe? So I think as the game wears on, Wyoming's slow, methodical pace and its run defense and running the ball, it just slowly chokes the life out of Kent State. So I'll lay the points here. My other pick is going to be on that game in the Frisco Bowl. I don't want any part of the spread. I told you that San Diego State plus the points was what I liked, but this is way too much of an overreaction. I still think San Diego State wins, so I'm going to go with the bet that lines up with the San Diego State recipe for success. We're going to have the punt god Matariza just booting it, getting them stuck inside the 20. That San Diego State defense is going to do a good job against UTSA. UTSA will still be able to potentially throw the ball. That is one place where the Aztecs are a little bit weak, but over the course of 4 quarters, I think I'm going to just jump on the total, because while the line has moved 5 points, the overreaction, the total has stayed exactly the same at 49. So maybe our edge with Sincere McCormick out is going to be on the total.
Look at you taking care of the brand right there at the end. Very nicely done. Jody says in the chat, Coach, you need to make Chip dance. We need a showdown. Boy, I tell you what, if we ever have a showdown with Chip, do you know what a showdown is? Are you familiar with it?
I watched the show a lot. I haven't seen the showdown. Okay.
It's okay. It's when somebody on the show disagrees with you and wants to bet you directly.
Okay.
And so it's a head-up bet with another person on the show. So somebody has to disagree with you for that to happen. It happens to me a lot, and I lose to M squared, but I beat everybody else. So I've learned my lesson. By the way, in the chat, that Serie A game, that game is from Serie A. A lot of you are asking. Kelsey, thank you for handling that for me. Also, thank you to Kelsey, that Udinese, if I even say that right, that game, it hasn't been shown up as canceled. It has been postponed, so you cannot bet on it. That game is no longer on Paramount Plus today. Kelsey, all over that in the chat. Thank you very much. All right.
Amazing.
There you go. See, that's why we have Chip on the show. All right. Mikey, you already told us that tonight a lot of stars are going to be out. So how do you possibly find a game that we can bet on? I bet we have at least one that we could lean into.
Yeah, this isn't the sexiest game on the slate, but the Pistons playing the Knicks. Now, when I sent my official pick into SportsLine about an hour ago, the Pistons were underdogs by 9.5 points. This line is moving. They're now underdogs by 8 points. I still like them at 8-point underdogs. Maybe buy the 0.5 point to get yourself to 8.5 for a little bit of a cushion. They finally broke their 14-game losing streak over the weekend. They beat the Heat, but in their 14 losses, only 8 of them were by more than 9 points. The Knicks are in trouble here with COVID. They got a lot of guys out. RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, Derrick Rose is questionable with an injury. The Knicks have lost 8 of their last 10 games. Again, I think the Knicks win here. But I think the Pistons can keep this close. They've been a competitive team even during that bad losing streak.
I'm telling you right now, if I'm a head coach in the NBA, I am telling my team, you guys are on lockdown, period. Because this is an opportunity. They can start winning some games. A lot of teams, if they just get healthy and other teams do not. I don't understand this COVID outbreak. The Seahawks, entire season, not won last year. It can be done. Let's just stop being lazy about taking care of business when there's millions of dollars on the line. All right, Jay Smooth. You've already given us one lean, and now I want a best bet. What do you got?
Let's do it, Coach. So, yeah, it's actually a pretty busy day in college basketball. A lot of games. The holidays are here. Kids are done with finals. We're going to have a lot of action, daytime games. It's like Best time of the year for me. But my favorite pick today is going to be Utah -3 against Fresno State. These teams, they don't face each other much. I think they've only played like once in the last 5 years or so. Utah won that game, but Fresno looks pretty good. They have some big guys down low, and Utah's actually going to be missing some players, which is why you're getting this line around -3. I still think Utah should get this one done. They're 7-1 straight up as favorites, so they probably will win this game. And then a line with -3, if it's close, could come down to free throws, fouls. Fresno might be fouling late. Games oftentimes do close at a little bit bigger of a number because of that type of phenomenon where the winning team like gets extra 5 points in the last 2 minutes when someone's trying to foul. So I think it comes down to the end here. I think Utah's going to edge this one out behind some strong guard play. So grab them -3 against Fresno.
All right, very good. I like that play a lot. And as always, follow my man Jay Smooth on social media. He's always dropping knowledge there. All right, now the last month we have had a potpourri of people that have stepped into the spot, but we all know whose spot it is on the show. And for that reason, I'm going to lean back in Maestro. It is my distinct honor today, sir, new Papa Bear. The floor is yours.
If you could just indulge me, I've been away for a long time, and I was able to catch a lot of the shows, and I would just want to give my top 3 highlights that I caught. Sure. Number 1 was RJ White's stone cold entrance. Number 2, Mike McClure predicting exactly how the Raiders-Browns would play out. And number 3, Sia using the word tertiary when making a prop pick. So those all stuck out to me. But I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. And I know Travis Kelce is on the COVID list. I know the kicker's on the COVID list. Chris Jones and Willie Gay should be back from the COVID list. The Steelers they're just not a good team. They've been outscored 91-19 in the first half. All of their points are coming in garbage time in the fourth quarter. I think the Chiefs under this key number, they're rolling. We know it's 7 straight. I think with the updated COVID protocols, I think Kelce will be back. Obviously, it's a gamble. You know, there could be a bigger outbreak, but I think the risk is worth it at this point, getting the Chiefs under 10 against this Steelers team. Averaged 3.7 yards of play. That was a very fraudulent win over the Titans. +4 in turnover margin, and they still almost lost the game. Almost lost the game outright. You could tell I was on the Titans in that game. In any case, I am going to back the Chiefs and lay it at 9.5.
The Chiefs, we know they're not going to do what these other teams have done, like the Vikings did against the Steelers, like the Titans did. They understand they've got to put the gas pedal down the entire game. There will be no second half let up. I love this play, and not just because I'm a Chiefs fan. By the way, in the chat, Classic says, dang, I missed the stone cold entrance. I'm telling you, it may have been the moment of the show's history when we hit that music, and all of a sudden there was RJ White's face just looking like he meant business, and he does every single time. What an incredible show. I love all of the faces I'm seeing right now, but we're up against it. So let's grab our paper, let's grab our pencils, and let's look at the recap. AB's on the 1s and 2s, and it looks glorious. Maestro, Chiefs -9.5. You may say, Coach, why are you giving out an NFL game on a Tuesday? I don't even need to answer that. You know it's the early edge. Beat the number. Mikey Barner, we're going to go Pistons +8, but be very careful with this one. It's been moving all day. Then Jay Smooth, one play so far from college basketball. We're hoping to have an underdog play today. Yesterday got lost in the mix with all the football. That's my fault. We'll have it back in today. Chip, Wyoming, -3.5. San Diego State, UTSA, under 49. Then one play in soccer. Serie A, Paramount plus Atalanta to win and over 2.5 goals in that game. Brings that number down to -111. We can play that. Then the AB3 today, +203. It's a money line. Rams, Eagles, San Diego State on the money line. Let's cash that at +203. All right. Remember, just because it's the holidays doesn't mean that we lose focus. It doesn't mean that we say, hey, grandma, grandpa, come on in here, sit down. No! You stay focused. All right? There's only one thing left to do, and you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. Don't forget 5:30 Eastern tonight right here on this YouTube channel. We've got a full 90 minutes counting down to count them 2 NFL games on a Tuesday. We're here for it. Tell all your friends this is the only sports betting show you even need to worry about. We like to call it the Early Edge. Good luck. Do you want best bets in your feed every single day? All you have to do is hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Early Edge.